As long as Jamal Murray does not eat the W.
What if Jamal went? Oh! Welcome everybody to another episode of NBA Signature Moves
International Edition.
We're going to be covering international players, and as you guys know, there are a lot of foreign-born legends such as Vlade Divac,
Hakeem Olajuwon,
Dirk Nowitzki,
Yao Ming,
Steve Nash. Yeah, even Steve Nash is from Canada.
Leandro Barbosa.
Oh man, so many.
Hold
Manu Ginobili.
Andre Bargnani.
I thought you were going to say Andre Kirilenko.
Oh!
We could go on and on, but it is the 2018 to 2019 season, and at this point, almost 30% of NBA players are born outside of the U.S. So guys, there's a lot of up-and-coming stars we got to cover.
There are a ton of dope international players out right now, like Luka Doncic, Jamal Murray, Jokic, Greek Freak, Ben Simmons.
Guys,
there's a lot.
Back in the day, international players were usually considered spot-up shooters or, role players. But now, in today's time, they're becoming the stars.
All right, so we're here with Nelson Chan from Hoopin' Live. We got Kev Live. We got David and Andrew from the Fung Bros. Guys, this is the international edition of NBA Signature Moves.
Let's go.
All right, guys, first off, let's start with Rudy Gobert,
AKA
the Stifle Tower. That is
AKA
the Gobert Report. Rudy Gobert is from France. Hey, tell me, does he kind of look like he could be related to Tony Parker?
him, Tony Parker, and Dante Exum could all be cousins.
He's always up for a potential all-defensive player of the year.
I think when you look at Rudy Gobert, really lanky, really tall, he can move his feet.
He has really good timing.
I love watching Rudy block somebody because he uses his whole body. It's just,
The drive.
Rudy hangs tough.
He almost looks like he's like maybe playing volleyball.
Fly to the rim.
That's a volleyball swat.
It's like he's trying to spike it or he throws his whole body like flying in. He's an outside hitter. Going like Outside hitter, man.
When you talk about Rudy Gobert's stats, you're not talking about blocks per game. You're talking about swats per game.
Yeah, and also it's just not even the blocks, the way he alters the offensive player's shot, whether he blocks it or not, he makes it difficult for the offensive player to score.
Even though he may not get the stat for getting a block shot, a tip, it makes it more difficult. Like a 6'3" guard going in, he can't dunk on him. He can't go up and under. It's hard for him. He's gonna throw up a wild shot, make a miss, and that's not a stat that's recorded, right?
Hey, this year though, he's averaging like 17. He stepped his offensive game up. You guys notice that?
all right, guys, let's go show him what Rudy Gobert looks like when he blocks somebody.
All right, one of the keys is that somehow, for a moment, Rudy Gobert ends up looking like the rave girl meme. You know, when the rave girl's raving, she's like, ah!
Let's show him what happened to Julius Randle. By the way, we always used to bag on Julius a lot in NBA Signature Moves. He's doing really good this year.
Okay, so for this play, Rudy Gobert, AKA Nelson, came help side, which means he didn't have the one-on-one matchup with Julius Randle, but he got by his man, but he didn't get by Gobert.
Oh man.
All right, this is another great help side block by Rudy Gobert on Hassan Whiteside. Not a short guy this time.
Johnson, Whiteside in on Ingles. Help. Johnson, Whiteside in on Ingles. Help. Blocked by Rudy. And the stare down. The stare down.
All right, coming up next, we got the young star Luka Doncic from Slovenia.
He's big, got handles, got vision, and he can low-key shoot a little bit.
These moves that he's pulling at his speed are very, very impressive. Like, it almost is crazy how much he's getting past people.
He's not fast, but he's quick. He's like, obviously not super athletic, he's not super fast, he don't got that crazy speed, but he's quick on his feet.
He's actually not that great of a ball handler in terms of being a point guard, but he actually has really good handles to be a scorer.
He got moves.
Like he got moves, he got behind the back, between the leg, crossovers to score or set someone for a dimer, right?
He's done a lot of moves this season so far, but this one really exemplifies his game.
All right, so on this move, Luka Doncic, he does a between the leg to the left, dribble, between the leg to the right, in and out, one dribble, feels the contact, behind the back, one dribble, and off balance, little banker.
Doncic.
Luka.
Okay. Oh yeah, we like that. Off balance. Doncic. Okay. Oh yeah, we like that. Off balance.
Would you say of any NBA 2B star that he's got one of like the slowest releases?
Yeah?
He's doing pretty well even with the slow release, but do you think it's gonna hinder him down the road?
I don't think so. The amount of space he creates off of his, his moves or his combo moves gives him enough time to get the shot off. So he's good.
A lot of players, the defenders, they're worried about his drive, and even when he makes all his moves, when he gets them off balance, so when he does that step back or whatever moves he's doing, yeah, just like Nelson said, he has a lot of time to set the shot and make
His
the
step
shot.
back is nice. It's nice.
Yo, he shoots almost like a 7-foot guy, kind of.
Yeah.
He
He doesn't
holds-
jump high off the ground.
It's a big arc. His legs are definitely slanted, and he jumps forward and he shoots kind of like above his head like this.
Luka, that's good.
All right, now we got Nikola Jokic, the Joker. The Nuggets are killing it this year.
Yeah,
He
they
is
are.
also killing it.
Yo, he should have been an all-star last year. There's no way he's not an all-star this year.
You know what it is for a big man? He doesn't really dunk on people that often, but he schools people.
He's a
Oh,
finesse
yeah.
player.
schools
He's a
people
finesse player.
like
He
none other.
is better than Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
Without a
yes.
doubt.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
man.
Way more skillful.
Plus, I think he's a better leader too than Cat.
He doesn't look as cool, even though he makes really cool plays. It's just not as, it's flashy,
It
but
kind of
doesn't
does.
look super
It does
flashy.
kind of look like the skilled big man at the gym.
Like he's not that toned, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he kind of looks like
Chubby
he
and
looks out of
flabby.
shape.
Some of these passes he's throwing, to me, the greatest thing about Jokic is his expression. Like he just kind of goes like this. You've never seen good pass before?
Like it was expected.
Yeah.
you
No
know?
big deal. So for this pass, he was covered by like 4 Spurs players, and somehow he was able to throw a no-look behind the back pass for an assist.
A reset on the 20. Oh, behind the back. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. There's a reset on the 20. Oh, behind the back.
Would you guys agree that the European big men typically are better passers and shooters than the American big men?
Oh, for sure. They're way more fundamental. By
It's also
far.
because they don't dunk as much.
Yeah.
When you say they don't dunk as much, it's because they're not as athletic.
What do you think it is like about the way the international guys are coached or they're taught growing up, or like is it because they can't just catch alley-oops and stuff like that?
They have
where
to-
they're forced to develop other skills?
Because they're not that athletic, they have to rely more on their skill.
Basically, European players growing up, they're working a lot more on the fundamentals, playing team ball, while in the States, you know, people are focused on AAU. It's a highlight and a showcase.
If in America they could produce more players with the skill of Jokic, then maybe they should think about changing things here.
You do have a point, but the only problem is it's boring. People want to work on shooting deep threes and dunking the ball, right? If they want to work on the fundamentals, no one really wants to do that. That's why they just want to be cool. That's why European players always come out a lot more fundamentally sound.
Also, you got to understand that these guys are also so skilled because they actually start playing professional basketball at a much younger age.
They play at like 2.
Tony
Yeah.
Parker, for example, started playing pro when he was like 14.
Like he wasn't even going to school anymore.
No, that's it. I'm not saying you should do that, but it is a different system out there.
On this next pass, Jokic calls for it in the high post, and he does a 2-hand, no-look over-the-head pass. I remember the first international player to ever do this pass was Arvydas Sabonis.
Blasted Young in front of us, and look at him throw that over-the-head pass, and blasted Young in front of us, and look at him throw that over-the-head.
Coming in from Canada, we have a little guy in the name of Jamal Murray. He's been starting to kill within the last few seasons, and lately, he's been cooking.
Poutine.
Man, and not only has he been cooking, he's been letting people know that he's been cooking by celebrating so much where it really pissed off Kyrie Irving.
Man, that was kind of crazy. But in all defense to Jamal Murray, Kyrie shouldn't have let him drop 48 points.
He dropped 48 on your head, boy.
Oh,
Hey man,
man.
you can't get mad at somebody for going for 50 if they only got 48.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
No, don't let him get 48 if you don't want to let him get 50.
All right, guys, so we know Jamal Murray is known for his celebration. He does that a lot.
We call that the blue arrow.
What'd you guys think about him when he did the Jameson Winston? He almost was like eating the dub afterwards when he went.
Hey, wait,
W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
not the signature celebration, but the signature move that he just pulled 3 times on the Celtics. And I feel like if you do a move 3 times in one game, it's your signature move. It's this crazy up and under.
His up and under, I don't even know, man, because to me it doesn't really look like quite like Kobe or DeRozan's up and under.
Or
It
even
look-
Rondo.
yeah,
You know,
it-
back
it-
then when Rondo used to do
Yeah,
it.
it looks a little bit more like crude, but he's just got people jumping.
But here's what happened. He got Jaylen Brown jumping, but then he pulled the move twice on Al Horford. Al Horford didn't necessarily leave the ground, but you could tell his hands went up, and then he just went right up
Got him
under
off
him.
balance.
All right, Jamal Murray on Jaylen Brown.
Fellas. Now Murray looking for another shot. Up and under. Another shot. Up and under.
As long as Jamal Murray does not eat the W.
What if Jamal went?
On this play, Jamal Murray drives down the middle of the key, pump fakes, steps through, and does a left-hand layup. Woo. So let's see it.
For Murray. Murray. Up and under again. For Murray. Murray. Up and under again.
All right, guys, we got to talk about Joe Ingles. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Joe Ingles, not that flashy of a player, only averaging 13 points a game. But let me tell you this, when you watch him play, are you not impressed?
He is a killer.
He's a Paul George killer.
Yo, man,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
getting in Paul George's head, man.
He ruined his career, bro. He ruined his career.
Wait,
God, you let Joe Ingles destroy you like that?
Mentally and
You're done.
physically.
He looks like he's about 41 years old. He's only 31, and his shot, we got to talk about his shot because he's good at a lot of stuff, but we'll just focus on his form because his form as a lefty is pretty interesting.
Hey, you know they say elbows in, Joe Ingles in, yeah? Didn't really
elbows
think so, mate. They're gonna get with the elbows out.
Hey, it's like the follow through. Kiss my hand. Kiss my hand.
Joe Ingles.
You know we can't talk about international players without the man with the alphabet in his name, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The Greek
freak. This guy is not just doing Euro steps, he's doing gyro steps just across the court.
He is the most unstoppable player in transition.
Remember in the summer, he was making all those goofy videos?
Yeah, he's like-
I'm not just a freak on the court, also a freak in the sheets.
He could be a freak on the court and on the shit.
I don't play Fortnite at night. I foreplay at night.
Only foreplay at night.
Hey, one thing I gotta say about Giannis this season, one-on-one, he's looking unstoppable. He's making everyone look like little kids.
Giannis on the run is maybe the scariest thing in the NBA.
It is crazy how he can take a 1-2 step from an NBA three-point line and still dunk it with ease.
So this was in the playoffs last year when they're playing the Celtics. This play is an ankle-breaking Euro step. Basically, he Euros so fast and so hard that the defender just falls back.
I've never seen someone fall down from a Euro step.
Well, because the whole point of a Euro is to avoid contact,
Yeah.
right?
What makes Giannis Antetokounmpo's side steps, Euro steps so effective is you don't know if he's gonna do a Euro step or he's gonna go take a long shot and step
Straight
the
to the
same
basket.
side.
Well, it's either like a layup if he goes left, and you just gonna get dunked on if he goes right. If Giannis learns how to shoot, league shut down.
This is
No one's stopping
if,
him. No
if
one's stopping
Giannis learns how to shoot, he will be like the equivalent of Kevin Durant and LeBron James together.
Let's show you.
Giannis, look at these moves. Look at that Euro step. Giannis, look at these moves. Look at that Euro step.
All right, guys, last but not least, we're talking about Ronnie Chang's favorite player. We're talking about another Aussie, Ben Simmons, everybody.
Yo, lefties with funny looking shots, or in Ben Simmons' case, no shot.
But it's weird because you do see him shoot in warm-ups, you do see him shoot in practice, and he kind of makes them, what is it about it, the game situation that prevents him from taking a shot?
I think he realized he's so big, so quick, so strong. Why not just take it to the rack and finish around the rim? Why do I need to shoot? That's probably what he's thinking.
I just don't think he's confident enough in his shooting.
Hey, I gotta say this, I'm a Markelle fan. Markelle's still really not a good shooter, but he's willing to take like 6 threes a game.
That's why he's gonna be good because he has the confidence.
You said he's not scared to go 1
Yep,
for
he's
6.
not scared. He's not scared.
I guess Ben Simmons probably figures, yo, I'm so much better at passing. Let me just figure out a way to pass to a teammate.
We gotta go through some Ben Simmons signature moves, man. We gotta show some of his Magic Johnson-like passing.
All right, so this first one, Embiid is trailing behind, and Ben Simmons, in the most smooth way, drops it underneath his legs when he's right in front of Joel, and Joel goes up for the slam.
This was one of the smoothest versions of this move I've ever seen in the NBA, let alone by someone who's like 6'10".
Here comes Simmons between their legs. Embiid. Here comes Simmons between their legs.
He also got a pretty interesting array of like sky hooks, right?
He does.
Ben Simmons can make some very awkward hook shots, but cannot hit an open jumper.
That
He has
sums up
taken
about it.
0 3-pointers this season.
We also got Andrew Wiggly Wiggins.
And it's funny because I would say actually Andrew Wiggly Wiggins, not that wiggly. Andrew Wiggins is so stiff. To me, he kind of feels like a Harrison Barnes. He'll be really choppy, right? Jab step.
His upper body is very upright. Yeah, his legs might be getting low, but his upper body is always very upright.
Very stiff.
I mean, he pretty much only got that drop step spin move into either a finger roll or like pull up.
Yeah.
That's like the only move that he has, right?
Yeah.
I would say Andrew
Would you-
stiffens.
would
Andrew
you-
stiffens.
Would you say that a lot of people are disappointed with Andrew Wiggins' development as a player?
I know somebody who's very disappointed is Jimmy Butler.
I don't think there's too many of them that'll tell you that I'm a bad teammate.
The Timberwolves beef is not just between Jimmy Butler and Karl Anthony Towns. It is also between Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins,
Very disappointing.
Still very talented, still young, but something's
No
gonna
heart
have
for the game, no passion, no
something's
fire.
gonna have to shift in his mentality. He might need to get new trainers or something.
The work ethic is not there.
All right, guys. Joel Embiid. Him and
Andre Drummond's daddy.
He owns real estate in his head.
I feel like I own a lot of real estate in his head.
Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, right? There was so much hype about the Sixers this year. They're doing okay, but they're not really killing it.
Yeah, they're not.
What's
they're
going
not.
on? Is Joel actually doing his
No,
job?
Joel actually makes a lot of boneheaded mistakes sometimes. He turns the ball over a lot. Like
'Cause he
he's a
tries to
really
do
bad
too much
passer. Like he'll see some guy trying to come up for the ball, but then he'll backdoor, but he'll throw the ball still.
Very, very fluid offensively. I think if you look at Joel Embiid's highlights, he almost looks like the greatest player in NBA history. And then you don't know that there's a lot of like kind of recklessness that comes along with that, but incredibly fluid. What is it about the international players? They're making up a third of the NBA. It's possible in a few more years they might make up 35, 40% of the NBA. What is it?
I think basketball is just growing overall. It's a lot more popular, and players are a lot more willing to make the sacrifice and make the global move to try to make it to the NBA. While a lot of players in the leagues, the professional leagues, they're content being overseas, right? So they don't try to work on their game and improve themselves so they can stay in the NBA or make the NBA.
Outside of America, if you round up all the players, there's way, way, way more professional basketball players than just in the NBA. The NBA only has 300 players. Out there in the world, I don't know, thousands, right? So you're taking some of the best ones, and maybe even the best ones don't want to come over, but some of the best ones, and you're only picking those to be in the NBA. So that's why it seems like they're so good, because they really are that good.
It just shows you that it's not an American dream anymore. People from all over the world, you know, who has a goal in making it big in basketball is trying to get into the NBA, whether it's Europe, Asia, you know, Africa, Latin America. Everyone's obviously, you want to play with the best of the best, and that's the NBA.
Today's game is a lot more fast-paced. You can rely on your outside shooting, which a lot of European players are really good at. But also one thing, in the league, people around the basket are way craftier. A lot more side steps, euro steps, step backs, all these different type of footwork and technical moves. These European players are really good at that. So they kind of blend in with the game a lot more. And then some of these players are becoming a little more athletic, so they can actually hang around in the league a lot more.
One thing I want to say is the first player that really played like Steph was Sarunas Jasikevičius, but only in the Lithuanian league.
Right, he was being.
He was basically doing what Steph was doing in the NBA, but only in Lithuania league. So it goes to show you there was players pretty much dominating from a purely over there, but they just couldn't do it amongst the big trees of the NBA. All right, you guys, in the comment section below, make sure you let us know who is your favorite new international player in the NBA and what is their signature move.
Also, let us know what other types of basketball videos you'd like us to make. Leave it in the comments right down there below. Shout out to Nelson from Hoopin' Life. Shout out to Kevlar. That's David and Andrew from the Fun Bros. Guys, that was the international edition of NBA Signature Moves. Man, the NBA is exciting. All right, stay tuned for more basketball videos because the NBA season is underway. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that video. And until next time, we out.
Peace.